Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only P-Dog Knight.
As often happens, Johnny and I didn't get our shit together today, so good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as P-Dog Knight on the internet, and welcome back to the P-Dog Knight channel on this Thursday, the 18th of July, 2024. And we are back for another day of just wild predictions coming true as we move along, as in now suddenly the addled one, the brain-addled one, is now physically addled with a little bit of stupid 19. Yes, the President of the United States, we found out yesterday, had to leave Las Vegas. Leaving Las Vegas. I don't think that's how the song goes. But he had left Las Vegas because he now has the stupid. And I don't mean, the stupid we've known for 45 years. I'm talking about the COOF, the Asian lung AIDS, whatever you want to call it, the COVID-19. And it's interesting. Amidst all this talk about whether or not he should remain the nominee, and also mentioning that if he got really sick, he would step down from the race. And wow, what timing. So we're going to talk about that, but also we're going to get caught up on the RNC. There was some pretty interesting things going on there. There's all kinds of stuff going on regarding the attempt on former President Trump, the guy with the funny hair, someone attempts to end him. So we got a lot to go. So there you go. I do notice too that Johnny Boomertech has finally got his shit together and is putting stuff up in the chat. So I'm glad about that too. It's going to be a good day, except for the lack of music during the countdown. But that's okay. You don't need that as long as you can hear me, right? Anyway, so let's get it started by saying hi to everybody. First in the chat today, Mr. Avocados Daily gets the bell. Also, good morning, Tyler F., Mike Savage, Blarg, Sure You Gospel, Lord Stanhope's in the house. Good morning also to my favorite Canadian Jaeger pony. Hello also to, let's see. Oh, I got to scroll down a little bit. Johnny Boomertech's finally in the chat. Maddie's in the house. Good to see you. And also, JB, what's up? Good morning to you, TC, El Gringo, where else is there? Who else is here? Is that everybody? It kind of looks like everybody, I guess. Oh, Johnny just is going crazy, man. You got stuff going every few minutes. I wonder, I might have to fix that. Anyway, so as you can see, and in fact, I'll leave. Oh, by the way, I think the little notification things are working again too. That's a good thing. Everything old is new again and actually working. We'll pin the Streamlabs link up at the top because I really prefer you using that to YouTube, unless you really don't like using Streamlabs. Because I mean, if you make a Streamlabs account and log into it, it's a lot easier. Plus, you can do it with credit cards and PayPal and whatever. Credit cards are the best way because you don't give your money to somebody else. You don't have to give a big old chunk to someone else just to sponsor the show. Don't hack me, bros in the house. Good morning. I see you there. And let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Now, quick thing though, I got some thank yous. Oh, damn it. That didn't work. What the hell? Now I'm mad. That was not okay. Something happened. Something bad happened there. Thank you, Avocados Diabli, who says, fire Johnny. His like does not work. It is the old one, and that petroleum engineer that spoke at the RNC, Drill Baby Drill, her that is. I guess I missed that part. But why did that do that? What is going on? Did this? What the hell? Let me check something here. That was supposed to be something else. And I am very upset now because I spent a long time yesterday, Johnny and I did, trying to fix the alert box, and for whatever reason, it defaulted to the old one, and that's not what I want. Let's see here. Now, this is just a test. Yeah, that's not it. That is not it. What the hell happened here? It all deleted. What the hell? I was wondering why I had to log back into Streamlabs today. The link without the 3 is the old one. And it has the old link. Well, dang blasted mother effer. Mother. Okay, so now this... Oh, I am just pissed off. Okay, so let's fix this shit. We'll unpin that. Good Lord. Johnny, you may be fired today if this doesn't work out. Yeah, all of my thing, everything on here reset again. I cannot believe this. This is very maddening. Well, let me give you the right... let me drop the right link in here. I got to fix that now because, it makes things work better. Good frigging Lord. Okay, there we go. There's that. Okay, let me see something here. Let me check my CloudBot here. CloudBot. Timers. Okay. Wait, this has that has an old one. That has an old one. Wait, what's going into the chat? What? Okay, this is weird. What is that? What are these saying? Streamlabs Superstars. Sponsor chat link here. That has the right one. Okay, this one's the right one. But why is another old one popping up in the chat? Oh, you know what? This has... So the old account is still putting in chats too. Okay, this is so messed up. All right, well, I pinned the right one at the top. Thank you for letting me know that, 80. I appreciate that because this is a Streamlabs thing. They kind of messed me up. All right, let's just get into the damn show because this is not what I should be doing during this show. So I bookmarked a bunch of things. Let me finish. Does anyone else show up, by the way, that I should say hi to? I don't think so. Rick Ashbringer, hello, Somnable Nation, what's up? Good morning. I think I got everybody. That should be about everybody. If it's not, I'll figure it out. But anyway, so I bookmarked a bunch of things from the RNC. I'm not going to do much trending stuff today. Oh, I want to thank people who said hi who shared the show too. Please share the show while while you're sitting here listening to me ramble. Soundable Nation, of course, because you the man. Also Tyler F and Swamp Fox Ghost and Sure You Gospel all shared my my tweet of the show. TC, thank you for putting your own version out too. I appreciate all of you who sponsor the show. Hit the like button too, even though this so sucks so far. Hit the like button anyway. Just make me feel better, okay? Just make me feel good. Anyway, so I bookmarked a bunch of stuff on X just from the RNC, which is really what I wanted to focus on today. But I'm going to come back to that because of some breaking news from yesterday regarding... okay, now my damn... Oh, shit. What happened here now? Good Lord. Let me find it. It's important news. It's important news regarding the President of the United States, the current President of the United States. Okay, that's... I don't know why this didn't show. This didn't pop up here. Joe Biden has the coof. Joe Biden has the coof. Here it is. Okay, let's do that. Biden tests positive for COVID in Las Vegas and hastily returns to Delaware to his vacation home after showing symptoms. Now, this is really interesting because I'm watching some footage of Biden roaming around Las Vegas yesterday. And it was after they announced he was had tested positive, right? And apparently he was still walking around without a mask. Anyway, President Biden tested positive for COVID-19 Wednesday and abruptly boarded Air Force One to return to his vacation home in Delaware to recuperate after glad handing while experiencing what his doctors described as respiratory symptoms and general malaise. Mayonnaise. Anyway, now remember, they were making the excuses during that debate. It's just a debate that he was had a cold and not feeling good or whatever. COVID, Las Vegas. That's funny, AD. And there's a significance to this that I'll show you in a second. Oh, wow. Apparently a FedEx plane made an emergency landing. He canceled a speech to a Latino advocacy group. He's out during the RNC, he's out talking to minority groups. He was at the NAACP the other day and gave a mumbling, garbled speech that was somewhat insulting. And then he was going to go to a Latino group, but apparently he had to cancel it because of COVID. Unido's U.S. President Janet Murguía announced that the president was ill on stage as attendees began to wonder why Biden was running 90 minutes late to speak. I'm disappointed, but I understand, especially if there's health issues involved, said Francisco Lara, who works for Latino Memphis, which he said was the area's largest Latino-serving nonprofit. We were here today, but it would have been nice to hear from the president, he told the Post. Okay, so these are just people complaining he wasn't there. So the reason this is significant, though, is because Biden said he would drop out of the race if some medical condition emerged. Now, I don't know if this qualifies as the medical condition that he said he would drop out if it emerged, but that's very interesting, isn't it? Why is this messed up? Everything's messed up. What happened here? This is very frustrating. Let's fix. Okay, that's the right. Is this, hang on a second. A bunch of my, okay, there we go. It's all good. Anyway, so here it is. Here's him saying that.
If there had some medical condition that emerged, if the doctors came to me and said, you got this problem, that problem. But I made a serious mistake in the whole debate. And look, when I originally ran, you may remember it, I said I was going to be a transitional candidate. And I thought that I'd be able to move from this to pass it on to someone else. But I didn't anticipate things getting so divided. And quite frankly...
What does he mean? What things?
The only thing age brings a little bit of wisdom. And I think I've demonstrated that I know how to get things done for the country, in spite of the fact that we couldn't get it done. But there's more to do, and I'm reluctant to walk away from that.
So this is so that was an interview with Ed Gordon, who's now with BET, used to be with CBS News. Hello, Shrapnel, by the way. In an interview with Ed Gordon on BET News, Mr. Biden was asked if there was anything that would make him reevaluate staying in the race. If I had some medical condition that emerged with somebody, if doctors came to me and said, you got this problem, and that problem, he didn't finish the sentence, of course. So anyway, and now Adam Schiff wants him to leave the race. There's a bunch of Democrats who are turning on Biden. And so this is interesting because remember a while back when he was foreshadowing the idea that he might get sick and have to be removed from wherever he was. It was first with Obama as his vice president, but he also said something about, this is one of his floundering flub ups a while back when he was calling Kamala Harris, President Harris. But So I'm just wondering, is this the thing that's going to get him to drop out? Is this going to be his excuse? Is he going to get some sympathy out of that? Now, by the way, also, apparently hard to watch, according to PJ Media, Biden suffers multiple glitches in Nevada campaign swing. So this is from Stephen Green. He's kind of a comedian type writer. Hello, T2, I'll be back. While my colleagues, who are much smarter than I am, it would seem, were focused Tuesday night on the fun games and red meat of the Republican National Convention, I was abusing my brain and liver watching Biden attempt to campaign in Nevada. Stephen Green is Vodka Pundit. That's his. He used to have a blog called Vodka Pundit. He said, the erstwhile most powerful man in the world made at least 2 campaign appearances in the Silver State on Tuesday, which the White House now calls a big boy day. So he had a big boy interview, and now he had a big boy day. It's kind of funny. His normal campaigning, most politicians do, is being referred to as big boy days. That is special, I got to tell you. You know what's weird is that this whole thing's messed up. So anyway, for what it's worth, Union delivered Nevada to Biden in 2020, doing election things that unions do to deliver the vote for Biden. In Clark and Washoe counties, where Las Vegas and Reno are, this year, Teamster Union boss Sean O'Brien spoke at the RNC. Uh-oh, God damn, that's one of these right here. Republicans might not have liked everything or much of anything that O'Brien had to say, but he wasn't at the RNC to speak to Republicans. He was there to deliver a message to Democrats. Biden sleeps with the fishes. But I digress. I promise you more of Biden brain-squeezing weirdness, so here you go. Biden's biggest stop in Nevada was the keynote address at this year's NAACP convention, where people are still called colored people. In Las Vegas, where he gave a little pep talk about, checks notes, how racist his home state of Delaware is. So let's hear this one. This is good.
Look, folks, think about this. My state of Delaware. If not many don't know my state. My state of Delaware has a Delaware River runs up along, it's jagged. But at the top of the state.
He didn't finish. Okay, wait. I think I have a new drinking game for when Joe Biden speaks, but I promise it will kill you. It'll kill you. Every time Biden fails to finish a sentence, you have to drink a shot. And you will probably die. Oh my God. He does not finish sentences very well. Okay.
There's a half moon, and it goes up along more oil refineries on the other side of that half moon, darkest looking area than anywhere in the country, including Houston.
Okay.
And guess what? The wind blows southeast. We had the highest cancer rate for the longest time. But you know who's affected? Fence line communities. You know who the fence line communities are? Black communities.
Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling? You know who they are? Black people. That's a fucking racist state then, isn't it? God damn. What the fuck is he yelling about? Thank you, Avocado Stay. I'll be real quick. Let me take care of this. Dropping a tray in the tip jar who says, you've got to be kidding me. People waited around for 90 minutes for that potato to show up to speak. They must have really needed that $20. Oh, damn. And thank you, JB, dropping a deuce, a.k.a. Canadian style, who says Biden for dead not. 40K reference. Okay, I have no idea what that means, but anyone who knows what that means, right? Right? Hello, Renee Mayette. I see you. Okay. So anyway, what else do you have here? Sums up. Half moons, more oil than Houston, question mark, and loud noises. As he's become the norm over the last few years, there were 2 Bidens on stage yesterday, and I don't mean one of them was Jill, Hunter, or Bo, who died in the civil rights movement or something. There are 2 Joe Bidens during a typical speech. There's the doddering old man who can't finish a sentence, and there's the one who sentences have you going, say what? So let's see if we can decipher this one. Let's see if we can decipher this. Let's see what we can make from this sentence here. Oh, we got to go to X to watch it. Here we go. Let's see if you can translate this.
And one of my best friends, when I was a lifeguard in the projects, he was his nickname is Mouse. And one of my best friends, when I was a lifeguard in the projects, he was his nickname is Mouse. And one of my best friends, when I was a lifeguard.
So you were a lifeguard in the projects. And then who is he talking about? Who is Mouse? I don't know, and neither do you, and neither does Biden. Oh, this is a highlight reel. Here, let's see if this is any better. Let's check out the highlight reel here.
I know you say, Joe, you may not have a Congress. Well, guess what? You all told me I couldn't pass the Inflation Reduction Act.
Okay, who exactly told him that he couldn't pass the Inflation Reduction Act? By the way, what did he say at the beginning of this? Let's see if you can understand this.
I know you say, Joe, you may not have a Congress.
I know, Joe, you don't have a Congress. I know what he said, but he didn't say it. I think he said, I know you said, Joe, I know you may not have a Congress, but...
Well, guess what? You all told me I couldn't pass the Inflation Reduction Act.
And what has it done? Exactly what has the Inflation Reduction Act done? It's just throwing money out there left and right. How does that reduce inflation when you increase the money supply? It does not. Very quickly, thank you. Avocado Steel. I'll be dropping another 3 in the tip jar. And it says, my state of Delaware, you probably don't know. Yeah, Joe, none of us have ever even heard of it. And why tell us the wind blows from the north, south, east, and west? There aren't that many other options, right? Yeah, they planned where to put the oil refineries based on which way the wind blows. That's exactly what they did. Chicken or egg, I don't know. Let's see what else he mumbles through in this sentence.
They all told me I couldn't face it anyway.
Oh, drink.
We did it. We're going to bring rents down, as I said. We're going to build 2...
Whoa, what? What was that? What did he just say?
Million affordable homes.
Wait, hang on.
And cap rent increases...
Hang on. Whoa, let's go back. Let's go back to about here. Listen to this one.
We did it. We're going to bring rents down, as I said. We're going to build 2 million...
Oh, we're going to bring rents down. We're going to bring rents down, he said. That's what he said. He's lying. He personally is not going to bring rents down. He's talking about doing some what do you call that when they rent control? He's talking about doing like national rent control. You know what rent control really does? When you ask people in New York City what they think of rent control. Rent control lowers the amount of available housing, and it also causes some housing to go up exponentially. It's crazy. It causes people not to move. So anyway,
million affordable homes. And cap rent.
And they're going to build. Why is the government going to build affordable homes? I mean, now look, let me check that. For example, here in Minnesota, we don't wait for the federal government to build homes, because the federal government if we waited for the federal government to build homes, we wouldn't have our first home built until 2029. Okay? Joe will be dead by then. No, now our state, because we're a little generous, have programs that give incentives to people to build, affordable housing. But the top-down approach doesn't work, because you don't know what it's like in Owatonna, Minnesota versus Austin, Texas versus, Brainy Gulch, Colorado versus New York City. They're all very different places, okay? One size does not fit all, Joe. Anyway.
Increases of 5% a year, so corporate landlords can't guard. Anyway.
No, ding, there it is. And he can't finish his fucking sentence. So I think he was going to say so that corporate landlords cannot gouge their consumers. But how many of the landlords are corporate landlords? Are all these, I mean, I mean, there's some big, companies that own apartment complexes and stuff. But I'd guess that's not the majority of housing in the United States. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's very wild.
I'm going to get going. I'm going to get very upset. But there's gouging America. And by the way, not only saves lives, it will save taxpayers. Just what I did on the first round on dealing with Medicare.
Okay. Does that count as a complete sentence? I don't know. I don't know what granted, I don't know the context of that quote, but my God, finish the sentence, Joe. Is he going to say anyway again?
It saves the taxpayer $160 billion.
He's like that character what's the dude when Phil Hartman. Remember when Phil Hartman did the Frankenstein bit on Saturday Night Live and it was just like, that's what Joe Biden sounds like. It's crazy. I just don't get it. It's wild. It's just wild listening to him. Oh man, rattle on and on.
Because they don't have to pay these exorbitant prices to these anyway.
There's another anyway. All right, so there we go. That's the highlight from that one. I think he might have more. Oh, also he was walking around with some black people. Thank you, Avocados Diabli, one more time. The irony of being against trickle-down economics and advocating trickle-down housing. Exactly! It's like, yeah, no trickle-down economics, but you want everything else to be trickle-down. You want everything else to be trickled down, government-run bullshit. You want trickle-down healthcare. You want trickle-down housing. It's insane. Hello, amazing disgrace. Nice to see you. By the way, the hijack the stream without the 3 in the tip thing is not correct. Use the link at the top of the chat if you're going to do this. Thank you very much, and thank you again, Avocados Diabli. Also, let's see. So anyway, don't get me started is the new thing the White House got etched into his brain deep enough that he understands it's what he should say when he can't remember what he's supposed to say. Yes, he's added that part of the line. Biden also visited a grocery store, an event that he seems to have been only dimly aware of, even while he was there. This is Joe Biden visiting a grocery store with some black people. Hey, wow, what is that stuff? And his hands are frozen again. Who's that? Who was that? Was he going to shake hands with somebody? Okay, so there you go. That's him looking very feeble at a grocery store. Well, look at those meat prices, he didn't say. Meanwhile, Michael Hirsch is assuring foreign policy readers it's an establishment publication through and through that Biden has always been a gaffe machine. No shit! We know that! But no one understands foreign policy better. Oh, really? I'm forced to assume that Hirsch hasn't read any global news since around 2019. The entire establishment is flailing. Watching these clips last night inspired me to write a new joke, and here it is. So this guy, Joe Biden, went to campaign in Nevada. That's it. That's the joke. Oh, got it. All right. So anyway, there we go. I added it anyway. Anyway, don't get me started. So now I wanted to do some highlights from the RNC. I don't have them bookmarked, but I don't necessarily have them in any particular order. So let's just do this. I need to open my bookmarks, TMLK. So the one that I really want to do right now or talk about is Peter Navarro. Did I not? Oh, no, don't tell me I didn't bookmark Peter Navarro. Let's see. Oh, that's a good one, though. I don't need to bookmark that, though. Peter Navarro, please tell me this is it. Nope. Oh, son of a bitch. I didn't bookmark Peter Navarro's speech. That's the only one that I wanted to do. All right, let me look it up real quick. Sorry, guys. I apologize for my ineptness. Peter Navarro, because I want to watch his whole speech. Now, if you don't know who Peter Navarro is, Peter Navarro was an advisor to President Trump while President Trump was in the White House. And he was subpoenaed by the January 6th committee, which is a sham committee anyway, wasn't properly put together. And, oh shit, where is it? No one has the full speech now. That's annoying. I want the whole speech. Anyway, so, and he was subpoenaed by the January 6th committee, and he refused to go based on executive privilege. Okay, so he was advised the president that the January 6th committee wasn't a full-on, properly put together committee, and he said, "Fuck you, I'm not coming to your committee." So Merrick Garland, first of all, the January 6th committee decided to hold him in contempt, and the Justice Department actually went to enforce this, took it to one of these Washington, D.C. judges and D.C. jury that hates Donald Trump, and they convicted him of contempt. Now, contempt of Congress is not a felony. It's a misdemeanor, but I guess they consider it a gross misdemeanor. And normally people held in contempt of Congress may get a fine or a slap in the wrist or censure or whatever. But Peter Navarro was sentenced to prison for, I believe, 6 months. And just as the RNC, Republican National Convention, was coming together, Peter Navarro was released from prison. So he became a speaker at the RNC. And his speech in particular caught my eye because, the pundits and the media people were critical of, these people believe in the rule of the law, but they have this person who just got out of prison come and speak at the RNC. Well, Peter Navarro gave a fantastic speech, and I do want to play it. So here we go. Let's see. We'll do Fox. Whose version am I going to put on here? Because I don't like having the logos if I can help it. Well, fuck it. We'll do this one. Yeah, we'll do Fox's. I don't care. Or is Forbes? Oh, Forbes has the whole thing. I'll put Forbes up here. Theirs is much better.
Director of the.
All right, so here we go. We're gonna watch Peter Navarro's speech, and I endorse this message from Peter Navarro.
United States Offer of Trade and Manufacturing Policy, Peter Navarro.
Got quite a welcome by the people at the convention. Oh, I just see Shrapnel says Cenk Uygur got Alex Stein kicked out of the RNC. Yeah, Alex Stein interrupted an interview, a live interview that Cenk was on with Piers Morgan, and then he put his face at the camera and then left, and apparently Cenk somehow got him kicked out. So anyway, that's wild. I'm going to try to move ahead till he starts speaking. Here we go.
I think you folks just want to know if you can see my MAGA tattoo I got there.
He's a MAGA tattoo in prison. That's funny. That's funny.
Yes, indeed. This morning I did walk out of a federal prison in Miami. Joe Biden and his Department of Injustice put me there. Tonight I'm here with you in this beautiful city of Milwaukee. I've got a very simple message for you. If they can come for me, and if they can come for Donald Trump, be careful, they will come for you. If we don't control our government, their government will control us. If we don't control all three branches of our government, legislative, executive, and judicial, their government will put some of us, like me and Steve Bannon, in prison.
Now, here's something interesting. I don't necessarily want the judicial branch of the government controlled by a political party. The judicial branch should not be political at all. So I don't like how he said that, but I understand what he's saying. If we don't have the crazy whacked out judges and prosecutors in that, or judges in that particular branch of the government, we have to have constitutionalists, not activists. So I get what he's saying, but in theory, the political controls the executive and the legislative branch. The judicial branch should not be political at all. But I understand what he means there. So there you go. Hello, Justin Wright. How you doing? Hello from the Ohio Tollway. So you're paying taxes to drive on roads that you pay taxes for, that you're paying gas taxes for, and with money that gets taxed when you earn it and when you spend it. Congratulations, Justin. Well, it's proud to be an American.
And control the rest of us. Here's how it went. Here's how I got in prison. The legislative branch came for me first. Your favorite Democrat, Nancy Pelosi, created your favorite committee, the sham January 6th committee, which demanded that I violate executive privilege. What did I do? I refused. The J6 committee demanded that I betray Donald John Trump to save my own skin. I refused.
Now, real quick. So he refused to. I wish they would make it necessarily about Trump. You're betraying your job as a person in the executive branch. I never want to put Trump above the office, like he's the most important part, because I wouldn't want anyone necessarily, if they were working in the executive branch, to have the legislative branch pull some political bullshit on them. And the separation of powers is so important in our form of government. In fact, the fact that these nimrods are constantly saying, "Well, Donald Trump's a threat to democracy." Well, no, because we have two other branches that are co-equal branches that are part of their job is to make sure that he doesn't destroy democracy. And in fact, the only way you can change the system the ways that they say he's going to would be a constitutional way, meaning that you would have to change the Constitution to do the things that they say he's going to do. And in order to change the Constitution, not only do you have to, have the executive branch and the legislative branch of government do that, you also have to have 3/4 of the states do it. See, that's why we're not a democracy. If we were a democracy, it would only take half of all those people to do it, and then you have the wolves eating the sheep. That's why they built this constitutional republic, because, just because a majority of people want something doesn't mean it's good for the people who are not in the majority. And so we try to get a more robust consensus on many of these things. And that's why, people bitch about the Electoral College. Well, that's why do each state get 2 senators and they don't cover as much of the population? Well, because you don't want that balance of power to be just based on where the population is. The other states, there's regions where they have a different opinion about how they should run their lives, and they have more control and more skin in the game on how they control their lives. So you can't have that big central government thing. It keeps the big central government in check by having every state have 2 senators and not just go by majority rule. Again, we are not a democracy. We are a representative republic for that reason. And so the idea that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy, well, you would have to get 3/4 of the fucking states to approve of making Donald Trump as president for life or changing his number of terms. That ain't ever gonna happen. See, that's the check on the power of the president when it starts getting into crazy shit like, he wants to be a dictator. Well, no, you're not gonna be able to change the Constitution that much to be able to destroy our representative republic. Anyway. There's my TED Talk. Good morning, Darren Root. Okay, here we go.
Here's the thing about the Constitution. They demanded that I break the law because they have no respect for it. I refused, and a Democrat majority in the House then voted to hold me in contempt. All right, what happened next? The next jackboot to drop was the executive branch. Another one of your favorite Democrats, Democrat Attorney General Merrick Garland. There's a winner. Him and Jack Smith indicted and prosecuted me for criminal contempt of Congress. Now, here's what's weird about it. It's something that Democrat prosecutors refused to do against one of their own, including 2 guys with blood on their hands, Eric Holder and Alejandro Mayorkas, the great border czar, right?
Now, interesting about that, though, one of those people was the Attorney General, right? Eric Holder was the Attorney General, so he would have had to have prosecuted himself. Now, could they have gone back and prosecuted him post Obama administration? That's possible. It's Peter Navarro. He was an advisor to the President of the United States, Donald Trump. So, yeah. But, that whole presidential immunity thing, too. Eric Holder was part of the problem with the gun running to the Mexican cartels, Fast and Furious, and Obama approved of that. And they subpoenaed him. The Congressional Committee subpoenaed him about that particular event. They wanted to hold him in contempt. Did the Justice Department go and prosecute Eric Holder? Never did. No. So basically, they prosecuted Peter Navarro, put him in front of a D.C. jury, and convicted him and put him in jail for something that normally contempt of Congress is usually, you might get a fine at best. It's extremely rare, extremely rare to put someone in jail for contempt of Congress, especially when Congress deserves their contempt.
They've actually gotten people killed for decades. For decades. The Department of Injustice right now, the Department of Justice policy stated, hear me out on this, if Congress slaps a subpoena on a senior White House advisor like me, the advisor's duty is to politely tell them to go pound sand. That's exactly what I did. So far we got 2 branches, legislative and executive. The judicial branch delivered the final blow. Just as, here's another favorite of yours, just as Democrat Judge Juan Marchand, you know this guy? did to Donald John Trump in his Manhattan kangaroo court, another Democrat judge, a guy named Ahmed Maida, keep your eye on this guy, Ahmed Maida, Obama appointee.
He'll probably be put up for a lifetime appointment on one of the circuits. I'm just saying, he probably will.
He stripped me of every possible defense, and then what? Just like in Manhattan with Donald Trump, they threw me to the wolves of an anti-Trump jury. And where? The D.C. swamp. They convicted me. They jailed me. Guess what? They did not break me. And they will never break Donald Trump. They will never break Donald Trump. All right, now here's the most important thing I'm going to tell you. You may be thinking this couldn't happen to you. Make no mistake, they're already coming for you. Joe and Kamala, they threw out the woke blue carpet across the Rio Grande, opened our borders to what? Murderers and rapists. When Donald Trump said it, thank you for saying that, when Donald Trump said murderers, rapists in 2016, they go, oh, racist, whatever. We read the papers. It's murderers and rapists. Murderers and rapists, drug cartels, human traffickers, terrorists, Chinese spies, and a whole army of illiterate, illegal aliens stealing the jobs of black, brown, and blue-collar Americans. They put them right on your front doorstep. Now, here's another thing Joe Biden did. You got to love this. The green new scam. We're in the heart here in Milwaukee, around all this. This is where the auto industry, that new scam is destroying our industry, leaving us at the mercy of the battery factories in Shanghai and slave labor in the Congo. Biden inflation. You're going to hear a lot of this because it's so friggin' true. Biden inflation is coming after what's left of your savings and eating your wages. And the Democrats, here's the thing. I'm sitting in prison thinking about this. It just eats at me as the Democrats come for your kids. They're indoctrinating them with poisonous attitudes on race and gender. And here's the thing, when politics fails, the investigations and prosecutions begin. They did it to me. They're going to do it to Trump. But hear me out. They've also done it to Catholics, pro-life activists, and parents who are just standing up for the kids at school board meetings.
So this is
a
obviously
tale of two Americas, and you know it wasn't this way when
obviously Navarro is throwing out a lot of red meat for this particular crowd, and this crowd probably knows a lot about this and how the Justice Department has been going after, Catholics who pray in front of an abortion clinic, or parents who've gone to school board meetings complaining about books like Genderqueer and all this other bullshit, or in California they just passed a law that parents, schools are not allowed to tell parents when their kids change their name or gender at school. It's like, this is all obviously, this is definitely red meat for the Republicans.
Donald Trump was president. I remember the days I was there. In Trump's America, you were safe and our borders were secure. In Trump's America, you were more prosperous, and you didn't have to choose between what? Food on the table, medicine in the cabinet, and a roof over your head. And in Trump's America, you didn't have to worry about being locked up for disagreeing with the government. I went to prison so you won't have to.
Hi, Sydney.
I am your wake-up call. All right, this is where I'm going to have fun now, because I'm going to leave you now with the last 3 words The last 3 words my beautiful fiance said when I left that morning for prison. They weren't, "I love you." That was a given. She simply said, "We got this. We got this." That's what bring my girl out now.
I know he's
That's
going to
what these lawfare.
Now, I know that he's going to get in trouble for calling his girlfriend his girl. Bring my girl out here. You know that's going to be a criticism, right? I'm just saying.
Jackals don't understand. When they put people like me in prison and fire figurative and now literal bullets at Donald Trump, they also assault our families. On Election Day, America will hold these lawfare jackals accountable. Now, here's the sweetest thing that's going to come off my lips. Vote Trump Vance. 24 for Trump 47.
All right, so that's basically the end of the speech. The only reason I wanted to do that one is because